1,000,000% better effort tonight. What was the difference?
Like I said, the same thing. It's tough to play a perfect season, and we really had setbacks, and you could call it what you want. But the story of the season so far has been our resiliency, and I know it kind of gets redundant saying the same thing, but you've got a group that wanted it. It was more will versus skill than tonight, and we knew that we had to find a way to solve our penalty kill, and we went 6 for 6. And I really thought in the first half of the game, getting 5-0 and playing defense first, and then we kind of went on our heels and at 5-0. It's a natural tendencies, and took a lot of penalties in that second half of the game. But for the first 30, I mean, you could almost tell before we even hit the ice we were ready to play.
Okay. When you get a big lead like that early, is there any message on the bench to keep the pedal to the metal, or do they know that? Or because there is a natural tendency, like you say, to maybe back off a little.
There's a natural tendency, and there was a lot of learning lessons tonight, especially in that second half of the game with young guys, whether it be Creeder, whether it be Wasden, or anybody. You got to learn on how to win the game, and when you get up there, everybody cares about statistics. It's natural. I mean, that's what drives us all. But at the same time, the goalie has statistics that need all 5 guys in front of him to buy in and play well at the same time too. And Flo's done so well that you really wanted to find a way to close it out for him. Unfortunately, they scored 30 seconds into the third, but I thought he played great, and I thought the guys battled hard. So that's something that you really want to put focus on is, okay, you got enough to win. Let's battle for our goalie.
For sure. 2 guys got hat tricks tonight. Why don't we start with Levin? Doubled his goal output. How happy were you to see him? You put him out there to give him that chance. You felt he would deserve that chance to try and get the hat trick?
Oh, he's been working really hard. I mean, he scored in Guelph, even though it came back when it was offside. I mean, now he's, the last year, the one thing I recognize is he was a player that would trend up or down and go in waves. And when he was hot, he was hot. When he was cold, he was cold. And I think he went on a little bit of a cold stretch there, not scoring in a while, especially what he was compared to. But now this is his 3rd game in a row. He's found a way to put the back of the net. So you got to ride a hot hand, and at the end with him battling, I think he won some pretty key details that you want to reward a player like that. And it was the first time he found himself on the penalty kill, and made sure that we got the kill first and the goal second. But that was somewhere where we could have rewarded him, and glad it worked out for him.
For sure. And Lashko too. Consistent. He almost flies under the radar. He's so good, doesn't he?
Yeah. I mean, what else can you say?
Yeah.
And I remember, especially our management and ownership saying, you're always have to be your best players, and Lashko has been easily our best player down the middle. Defensively, I think he's been one of our best players, and not straying away, but same thing goes for Van Vliet and Flores, and he stepped into that role, and thank God. You look at everybody being a difference maker, but I think he's been a standout as far as new coming, how much energy he's injected into the lineup, and his professionalism on and off the ice, and he's a guy you just absolutely love because he gives you everything. So you want to give him every opportunity, and he's a guy that battled hard, and good to see him get rewarded.
Sure. 3-3. You're gonna have to ride Flores. Is that still the situation?
We're gonna take it one game at a time. We're not worried about Saturday as much as we are tomorrow. And if Flores is healthy right now, we're gonna give him tomorrow in Brampton. We know Brampton is a team that's been losing, but they got supposedly the best goalie in the league, and the top 2, Rakoff and Martone. I mean, we need our best goaltender to shut these guys down. So Flores will go tomorrow, and then we'll reassess after Friday.
And he's back tomorrow, right?
Kevin will be back. Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks.
We'll
really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Well, Coach, I mean, there's a lot of different ways we can go about this tonight, but you were critical of some of your bottom 6 forwards, needing some more production from them, especially with the guys that are out of the lineup. Galyanov getting on the board, Levin back-to-back games. Zada's gotten on the board in 3 straight. Can you talk about the depth guys coming through and you needing this to continue the positivity?
Oh, 100%. And, 7 goals. I mean, our depth guys factored in even as much. I mean, first off, to your message, yes, our depth guys, but I will say that our top guys are still doing the job. It was great to get that comfort space. I mean, 4 points tonight, by the way, 3 goals, 1 assist. Wasden with his 2 points, now 2 assists in 3 games straight. He finds himself at the top of league rookie scoring. I mean, there was a lot of really good things. Even Mason Ray. I mean, a lot of guys, depth guys for us, carried the weight for us, and I thought we played extremely well as a team. And my message, as far as the group, our message for the group has been team success will bring individual success and not the other way around. And you get back to playing as a team and everybody else gets rewarded.
Last week was not like a week that you would want to, as something that's going to be consistent. So how did you kind of put that aside? Got back to work this week at practice. You got Max Creep back. You got Jack Brody back. How important were the 3 days of practice to kind of get those last 2 games off of your mind and make sure that you went into this game to start of a 3-3 and really shown all the things that you talked about last week needing to improve on?
Yeah, I mean, for us, it's short-term goals or short-term memory with long-term goals. We try to win the week, and that was last week. This is a new week, right? So our goal every single week is try to get 500 or above. And if you put more weeks than not when you're 500 above, you'll find yourself exactly where you need to be, and that's in a playoff position. That's our goal. It's not to be first place, second place. We end up, we're exactly where we end up, but it's to make the playoffs and give ourselves a chance. So keeping the focus is, hey, it was a bad weekend last week, but this is a new week. Let's get back to what we're doing and take away some of the good things and make sure we work on the bad things. And tonight it really paid off.
Lastly, about Brady, everybody talks about him wanting to score goals and being this elite goal scorer, but his playmaking ability has been very underrated this year. You've talked about the amount of points that he's got in the last 3 games. He's been setting up a lot of plays. Just how impressed are you with the playmaking ability of Brady Wasslin on top of everything else that he's been doing out there?
Well, his playmaking ability is second to none. That's why he's such a high draft pick. I mean, he could have easily gone 1, 2, or 3, but like I said, you look at a kid like that, and you really want to give him an opportunity because he's such a great kid at the rink. He does everything that you ask. I mean, he's great away at the the school. Everything that he does away from the rink is great. But he's played 15 games. He's got 15 points, only 2 goals that he scored in the same period. Finding a way to be consistent, but the most important number is that he's a plus player at 16 years old. And that's tough to do, and especially with somebody like that playing inside your top 6 is going to get a lot of the matchups where he's going up against older guys every single night. So really gives you some excitement to see what these guys are going to be like in the future. But for right now, watching the 16-year-old blossom into a young man, learning on how to play, that's a point-of-game player leading at the top of rookie scoring is pretty good right now.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.